Today, my fall garden officially begins. But before we plant a single seed, nature has something to teach us. Let's go. Hey, ELOC Nation, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Nikki, and welcome to the everyday life of an OCDish chick, where we grow food, create home, and enjoy everyday life. Now, let's get into today's adventure. Today is an exciting day because my fall garden officially starts today. But before we head to the raised beds, I want to take you somewhere that's become one of my favorite places for garden inspiration. Sometimes the best gardening ideas don't come from a seed packet, they come simply from paying attention to what's already growing. So, first, we're heading out for nature's garden tour. Then, we'll come back home, plant some collard greens and Brussels sprouts, and finish with our garden update to see what's poppin' and what's not. Nature's the original garden center. All right, let's go. One of the best ways to become a better gardener is to simply pay attention. Nature has been gardening a whole lot longer than we have. Every time I come out here, I notice something different. Oh, look at this beautiful fern. Nobody planted it. Nobody fertilized it. Yet, here it is, thriving. Crazy when you think about it, right? I'm no expert, but I believe this is a young pawpaw tree. Pawpaws are North America's largest native fruit. They naturally grow in the shade of our forest before eventually reaching for more sunlight. I'm pretty sure these are young pawpaw trees. It's amazing how nature quietly plants tomorrow's forest. I think I even see some wild grapevines climbing through the trees down there. I think this is one of my favorite lessons from these walks. Beautiful gardens don't always begin at the garden center. Sometimes they begin by simply paying attention. All right, I've gotten plenty of inspiration. Let's head back home and get this fall garden started. Today's the day I'm finally getting part of my fall garden planted. Today we're planting collard greens and Brussels sprouts. Cool season vegetables are some of my favorites because they remind me gardening doesn't end when summer slows down. It just changes. Okay, looks like a worm. We're going to go ahead and plant. July is the perfect time to start seeds because the soil is so warm. Nothing fancy. I'm scattering these seeds all around the inside of this grow bag. Once the seeds germinate and they get to a reasonable size, I'll determine whether or not I need to thin them out. Some plants are okay if they're a little crowded. For some plants, it means smaller harvests later. Keep the soil moist, not waterlogged, until the seeds germinate. And no worries, I'm going to take you guys along for the journey. There are some nutrients left in the soil, but we will be adding more later. Seeds don't need anything to germinate. They have everything they need inside of them. One of the things I love most about gardening is that every season gives us another opportunity. There's always another chance to grow something new. All right, ELOC Nation, it is time for our garden update. Let's see what's poppin' and what's not poppin'. What's poppin', Nala? Nala said this shade tree is popping right now.
And tender. She don't play with the plants. Got dirt in her nails. From seed to the skillet, every meal tells tales. Hydro glowing while the weather stay wild. She the garden queen, hood raised earth child. Fresh greens popping and the peppers on deck. Tomatoes so ripe make the sun say check.
This poor sunflower is holding on for dear life. Where are your petals, girl? Finally getting some squash. It's been hit or miss over here. I would say half of my squash plants have gotten taken out by that squash vine borer, and the other half are hanging in there. So as for this squash plant, you poppin'. Echinacea, also known as coneflower, is poppin'. I almost felt sorry for this snapdragon until it said, "Excuse me, I'm not done yet." Growing corn has been one of my biggest challenges, but today it's looking healthy and green. Nasturtiums always make me feel nostalgic. There's just something about them that feels like an old-fashioned garden. Did you know that every part of the nasturtium is edible? And kale is poppin'. Rainbow Swiss chard. I love growing it because it's beautiful and it looks just as good on the plate as it is in the garden. Shout out to hashtag WDW Cucumber Challenge 2026, Wind Down Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over at Hands in the Dirt. Always poppin'. Lots of bush beans, poppin'. Tromboncino, summer squash, poppin'. Comfrey, poppin'. I've got raspberries popping up everywhere. I'll be training this raspberry plant to grow along the fencing here. Unlike the other sunflower, she's popping. More Swiss chard, poppin'. And more raspberry plants. These things multiply like crazy. They pop up everywhere. Maryland State flower, black-eyed Susan, growing alongside raspberries. And up here are my carrots. They're drying out. I'll be able to collect those seeds shortly. Unfortunately, the spotted lanternfly is an invasive insect that was introduced from Asia. They are a real nuisance in the garden and they can damage a wide variety of plants. Poppin broccoli. And this is just kind of where I pile up all my junk, not the prettiest corner here. One thing I love about sharing my garden updates is that you get to see the real garden. Some plants are thriving, some are resting, and some are just hanging in there. But that's gardening. We've got tomatoes popping. I can't tell if these are the Roma or San Marzano. They look similar to me. Eggplant is flowering. That's a great sign. Waiting on my fall Brussels sprout seeds to germinate. Fresh lemon thyme is on and popping. Next to it, we have oregano, also doing extremely well, and another eggplant. Also, I see some flowers on her as well. Yay! And my Dollar Tree garden lights. I gave my white Shasta daisies a hard pruning. They were showing off and showing out earlier in the season. I actually leave a few brassicas in my summer garden. They help attract some of the pests away from my other plants. And when fall rolls around, I already have a head start on my fall garden. And here are more of my Shasta daisies that I pruned. They may not look like much right now, but give them a little time. Pruning encourages fresh growth and they fill back in beautifully. Here's my mullein growing nice and tall alongside my cone flowers, also known as echinacea. They're one of my favorite pollinator plants. Once the blooms fade, the seed heads become a snack for birds. Squash, the very beautiful coleus. Thyme, and there's some chives back there. Tomatoes. Well, that's going to do it for today's Come Garden with Me. I hope you enjoyed today's Nature's Garden Tour. If you did, let me know down in the comments because I have a feeling this is going to become one of my favorite parts of this series. And now I want to hear from you. What's popping in your garden this week? Whether you're planting, harvesting, or just trying to keep everything alive through this heat, I'd love to know. If you enjoyed spending time in the garden with me today, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and share it with someone who loves gardening just as much as you do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be kind to yourself as well as others. We are all going through something. See you next time. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. Find something you love and have fun doing it. Thanks for watching.